everyone, it's Toast from Toast Create, and today I'm taking you on a journey to an amazing place that I just visited, and that is the Kaymakli Underground City in Turkey. So before we go there though, why have you not subscribed to my channel? What are you waiting for? Come on, hit that subscribe button and let's be friends. So this isn't just any old place. It has incredible stories and also a lot of Christian history as well. So you see, I've always loved visiting places that are connected to the scriptures, and this is how I found myself in Turkey in the first place, because go figure, you would never think of Turkey as a scripture destination. So if you're curious about how the early Christians lived when they were facing tough times, or if you just love a really good adventure, then Kaymakli City Underground, or by extension Cappadocia, is a place to go to. So let me paint you a picture of this place. Kaymakli is one of the many underground cities here in Cappadocia, Turkey, and it's really old. They say it goes back to thousands of years to the Hittites. You know, those people that were the adversaries of the children of Israel that God said they had to drive out of the land. Yeah, those people. But what really makes it special is that the early Christians used this underground city, lived in it, especially when they were hiding from the Roman soldiers during the Byzantine times. It was like when they were facing a lot of persecution. So this place is like an underground maze with levels going deep down, about 8 floors, I believe there are. There are kitchens in there, there are stables, there are places to store food, and also even little churches. There's a winery as well in there. There were just so many living quarters. So you can imagine people living here for weeks, even months, safe and hidden away, where people didn't even know that you had a whole community 8 floors down. And here's the really cool part from a Christian perspective. So in the 4th century, when the Roman Empire was persecuting Christians, really hunting them down, a lot of Christians actually came to Cappadocia to escape and to worship in secret. So Cappadocia has been known as one of those places where Christians actually had community together. Can you imagine having to like hush in your worship to God? So some of these rooms were turned into small churches, and believers were gathered there to pray, sing, and read scriptures right here deep underground. Just take a minute and just reflect on that for a little bit. It's really special, isn't it? Right, for us these days, we take it for granted. We even drag ourselves like, oh, I have to go to church again. But these people really had to like be underground, 8 floors down, and just do the best they can, and they still kept their joy and still kept their faith. I think that was just, for me, that was a key takeaway for me. Like, how am I still appreciating the season of life that I'm in and still worshiping God with joy? But anyways, let's get back to it. So as you actually would walk through, you'll see small niches, like tiny spaces that are carved out for prayer, and sometimes like you'll see crosses carved into the wall. And these symbols just shows how strong their faith was. They left these signs behind as a reminder of their faith, even in this hidden place. Like, honestly, every Christian has to go to Kaymakli or one of the underground cities in Cappadocia to really see what's up. Anyways, so one of the coolest things about Kaymakli is actually the ventilation system. So our guide was telling us about it. It kept fresh air flowing even deep underground. Can you imagine, like 8 floors down, they made air shafts and wells to make sure that they could breathe. And they built all of these themselves, right? The people were really smart. They planned this place carefully so that they'll be safe and they'll be comfortable. It just, you're just like, wow, like, architecture did not start today. Like, God has always been giving people wisdom to build things for his glory. Anyway, so I also noticed these huge stone doors, right? They just weren't regular doors. They were massive stone doors and like circular in shape, so that they could roll it shut to block off parts of the entrance, like to the city, so that if anyone tried to get in, they would just close these doors, making it almost impossible for the enemies to follow them. So it was also a way for them to keep themselves safe, just in case they ever found out where they were hiding.
The passage, making it impossible for at least a couple of hours for the enemy to pass through, so the ladies and children and elder people could make a successful escape. But also you see there is a hole right at the center of that circular rock. So after they blocked the passage, they were waiting behind it with long, sharp wooden sticks with which they were stabbing the enemy. And I have a theory, one day they stabbed 4 or 5 enemies at the same time, and this is how we invented shish kebab. Wow!
And you know, it's really wild to think about how they built all this with just hand tools. Yes, hand tools like hammers and chisels and stuff. They weren't just hiding. They were ready for anything. They were doing things. They were living life as if like they weren't being hunted down. And honestly, the early Christians are so inspiring. They motivate me. They remind me that whatever it is that I'm doing or going through right now, it's not that serious, right? Like I could look at them and just be like, okay, Tolu, like dust it off, let's go. So the history of Kaymakli is beyond remarkable. It's not just a hiding place, it's a reminder of how strong faith can be even in hard times. You know, these early Christians didn't just survive, they found a way to keep going, to keep believing, even when they had to live underground. Can you seriously say so about yourself? Like, can you think about the times where you just give up so easily? And in the grand scheme of things, life is not really that hard. So for me, visiting Kaymakli was really powerful. And if you ever come to Cappadocia, you have to make sure to visit. This place has so much to share, so much to offer, so much to inspire in you, and you will learn a lot, especially if you have a really good guide like we did. So yeah, that's everything I really wanted to share about my reflections and some of the thoughts I had while I was visiting Kaymakli Underground City. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this journey underground with me. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Tools Creates this channel for more travel stories, and let me know in the comments if there's another place you would like me to explore. Until next time, keep traveling, keep discovering, and keep growing in your faith. Bye.